Hi there. It's your second favorite DP right here, okay? No, that's Deadpool, you silly little Hufflepuff. Anyways, I'm gonna need you to shut up that pretty little mouth of yours and pay attention because the show's about to start, alright? And, I don't know about you, but I know who's my vote for sexiest ex-soldier turned pop culture show host. Alright, enough foreplay. Let's get on with the show.
Everybody, welcome. Tonight is Tuesday night, May 19th. This is episode 241 of Pop Culture Warrior, the show where I stay up to date on all the ins and outs of what's happening in pop culture so you don't have to. I'm your host, CQ. I feel like it's been forever, but we're back and we're bigger than ever. And tonight, before I even introduce my co-host, oh my God, tonight we have the legend, Lieutenant Dan himself, Gary Sinise is joining us tonight. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I got such a man crush on Gary Sinise. Forewarning, it's a pre-recorded interview. It happened a couple days ago. But I can tell you, it's so good. It's so good. So stick around, tune in at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. We will air that episode. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Pop Culture Warrior is only 99% as good without him. So introducing the other 1%. Let's bring in Mad Mike. Woo! I think you muted yourself.
I did. I did. You told me to bring the energy, so I fucking muted myself. It's the best way I know how to do that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. At least it wasn't me this time. That's all you.
At least we figured it out, yeah. Bring the energy. I said, don't studio exec me, you fucking boot. And then I muted myself.
It's cursed him under my breath.
I was about to leave. I was about to walk out of here.
Man, it is Tuesday. So much has happened over the
last like February. It's been like 3 months, right?
It's like 2022, 23.
We got 6 shows a year we do. Yeah, we did 2. God, all right.
God bless it. No, dude, so much is happening. There's so many things to talk about. Invincible season ended. Daredevil season ended. Punisher, One Last Kill aired tonight. I think is the last episode of this season of The Boys, the series finale of The Boys until they do the next spinoff.
On the last season, so don't fucking spoil it, you asshole.
Oh my God! Did you see when? And real quick, well, shout out to everybody watching. Anubis, G.I. Low, what's up, Pete? Is in the building. 9 p.m., bro. The interview starts at 9 p.m. It's so good. It's so fucking good. Hey, Heath, Anubis, Scott, what's up? Mike's got an echo. I swear to God, this fucking echo thing. I can't figure out where your echo is coming from.
Because you're probably broadcasting from 35 different things.
There's a good chance.
This is what happens when you don't fucking do the show every week.
Listen, motherfucker.
You just get 2 times of it's your double your pleasure. That's what it is. We're fucking sponsored by, what is it?
Doublemint Gum. I don't know. Echo cancellation. Maybe it's the echo cancellation.
You don't work the technologies here.
We'll
CQ introduces it, makes everyone use it, and does not work it. Standard procedure.
Listen. I swear, it's only you. No one other person.
Oh, yeah. It's just you always sound good, and everyone else, you're like, fuck them.
God. It's only you. Dude, I did the interview. I didn't edit it, but I made sure that it came out great. It sounds like he has 2 audio inputs. I know. I don't know why. It's only ever Mike.
Let me try.
It's only ever Mike, but I only hear it once. That's the thing. I only hear it once.
Is this any better? You fucking assholes who can't stand Henry 12.
You'd have to talk so they can check.
I did talk. I talked a bunch. God damn it.
Well, now that you fixed it, you think you fixed it? I don't know.
I switched the input. Now
it's actually on his side. That's what I'm saying. It's got to be on his side because here's the thing. Look. 1, I mean, I only hear it once. But 2, like, do you have it? You don't have it open like now you don't have our broadcast open on your side, right? No.
I wouldn't wait. Let me make sure my PC mic's off.
He did not fix it.
Okay, cool, whatever. Fuck me. I don't fucking know how this shit works.
I don't know.
I wonder if the computer's like my computer's picking it up as well as the Elgato.
I don't know. I'm sorry, people.
I'll work it.
It's only on his side. I promise you, the interview sounds crystal clear. We use the same technology for both. It's a mic.
Input. It just says mic in. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
fucking know. I don't fucking know. I don't know how this shit works.
Oh God. I was gonna say maybe I can. Hold on. Let's see. I'm gonna click this and let's see if that helps.
Allow director to change your audio mic.
Yes. You no,
Better?
don't.
I clicked allow. I didn't do nothing else.
Hang on.
It's muted everything.
Let's
Just
see.
start early so we can fix all this.
Well, I can't fix it because we need audience members to hear it to know if it's fixed or not.
Yeah, we'll get fucking Tran or whoever the fuck always complains, and we'll just show it to him.
All right. Well, hopefully that helped. I don't know.
Who cares?
We'll just keep clicking buttons until whatever. The point is
Facebook open. I don't know.
Point is, I'd lost my train of thought completely. Yes, Gary Sinise later tonight. Lots of things happening. So many properties. Dude, okay, so quick housekeeping. This coming weekend, members, nope, just roll with it. Fuck it, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't know what else to do. I don't know.
It is what it is. What are you gonna do?
It sounds like he's talking underwater. Let's see, wavelength stream, default wavelength stream. I don't know. Mic in. I don't know, people. You know what it is? After the show tonight, we got to walk through your fucking audio setup because it's got to be on your side. It's got to be.
Audio. You walk me through.
First of all, I'm gonna turn off everything
Whatever.
on your side.
I could just go. I don't fucking care.
No, you're not going anywhere. Okay, so what was I saying? Lost my train of thought. Shit. Housekeeping. So, this weekend, myself and other members of the W.T.F Nation radio team will be in Nashville, Tennessee for the Grunt Style Foundation's Memorial Day concert. We are going to be live streaming and shooting video and doing interviews and I don't know what else. A bunch of stuff. Apparently, there's a party bus. There's going to be some type of experience. There's going to be influencers there. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So tune in Monday night. We'll be live-ish, maybe. I don't know. I'm supposed to. It says Mad Mike do the Friday the 13th sounds. So again, we're supposed to be live streaming, but like we're gonna be on the back of a party bus, so I don't know how well this is gonna turn out. So if it looks like a web video from like 2003 and it's all like grainy and pixelated, there's a bank bus. It's not the bank bus. So that's happening. Also, huge shout out to the PBS National Memorial Day concert folks. They're the ones who every year have teamed up with us, and we've done spotlight interviews with huge entertainment people that are involved. So like the one year we had Joe Mantegna, then we had Mary McCormick, and this year we have Gary Sinise. And also on Thursday, there's going to be a special sergeant's time talking with the veteran. He's a Pearl Harbor survivor and World War II veteran, Chuck. I think he was in the Air Force or the Navy. God damn, I don't remember. But he tells his story, and the dude's a legend. He's 102 years old. I watched the interview. It's incredible. Like, for how kind of with it he still is at 102 years old. He was there on the day of the Pearl Harbor attack and was on the boat when they signed the surrender. When the Japanese signed the surrender, he was present at that signing. So what a fucking legend. What an absolute legend. It's going to be that's a great interview on Thursday during the Sergeant's Time block. What else? Oh my God, there's so many things coming up. So that's this coming weekend is the Memorial Day stuff. Next weekend, we, as in members of the W.T.F Nation radio crew, FTX, our FTX guys, we are going to Ohio for the grand gathering, and that sounds something very white.
It's cold. It sounds like. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, you fucking dumb. No, go ahead, drink it. Whatever.
No. Grand Gathering is the yearly convention celebrating Super Show, the wrestling trading card game.
Still haven't heard of it. Still not dragging.
And members of the FTX crew, we are being immortalized as characters in this game. And for the very first time, we'll get our hands.
Ohio is this?
It's where in Ohio? It's a great question. Great question. I don't know the exact location of things.
Cleveland or Cincinnati are the only two cities in the whole state.
I'll tell you here in a second.
Show up, folks. Support us. We don't know where the fuck we're going. You're off to a great start. Oh my God.
First of all,
so good.
First of all, when does the talent know where they are at any given time?
Well, you should probably get a PA or whatever the fuck they're called.
It is going to be in Cleveland, Westlake, Cleveland, Westlake, Ohio.
It's nice knowing you.
At the DoubleTree.
Ooh, fancy.
Fancy, I know. Westlake, Ohio for Grand Gathering 6. It's going to be a blast. It really is. It's going to be an awesome time. We're going to actually have cards with like CQ will be on a card and King and
You can go to the Christmas Story Museum is there.
Oh yeah, that's definitely on my
of like 2 hours.
Christmas Story.
It's all of like about 20 minutes. I think I walked through the whole fucking thing. It's like the big thing. It's like they got the fucking Cleveland Indians or whatever the fuck they call them now. I don't know. I don't go with the
Cleveland Native Americans.
Politically correct bullshit, whatever they call it, Guardians or some gay shit. And then they got the Christmas Story Museum, and then. Like, when I went there, it was, like, right when LeBron left, so everyone was, like, all fucking sad. Every time you got in an Uber, they were like, can you believe LeBron left us? Like, yeah, I can. He's a fucking asshole. Doesn't give a fuck about you. Anyways.
Yeah. G.I. Lowe says, you got to check out Dayton. It's worth checking out Dayton, Ohio.
The tire company?
I shot a few scenes of a movie in, was it Cleveland? It was in Ohio. I think it was somewhere in like the suburbs of Cleveland.
Again, Cleveland and Cincinnati.
Yeah.
The ballpark's cool if you got time. They got good snacks. You like the snacks.
Fuck you. So that'll be Grand Gathering 6 next weekend. And then there's some other surprises coming up. But, dude, like the calendar is absolutely swamped with stuff. We're going to be going out, making appearances, doing things.
So many vacation and sick days.
So many days.
I'm not going to talk to you guys at all. Anyways, I'll see you in November.
It's going to be, and then I'll tell you right now, September like 20 something and through like basically for almost a month, I'll be out of country. I will be traveling Europe. And of course I'll bring you all with me in my heart, of course. But I will be traveling through England, France, Italy, and some of Germany. So yeah, we're gonna be traveling a bit there between like middle September to middle October. So, and then I mean we've got New York Comic Con. Oh my God, we've got San Diego Comic Con coming up in July. Oh, I can't fucking wait. It's It's going to be awesome.
San Diego.
San Diego.
Spanish for whale's vagina.
It's a little known fact. Little known fact. Anyway. Oh, it's so white. They grow ranch and mayonnaise flavored corn. That's funny.
Wisconsin, sir. Capital of the United States.
Some news.
I got some news for you. First of all,
tell me, what would you like to talk about?
What a disappointment the Punisher thing was.
Really?
It was
Hot
so
take.
much build up.
Hot take.
It's like they didn't even let you finish.
It's like they were tickling the undercarriage and just didn't let you.
And you didn't pay for the full hour.
Oh God. I thought it was great.
I
thought it was great.
Excited. I was like, "This is gonna be fucking awesome." The preview was good. He's like getting all crazy again. Like, oh,
what part of it did you not finish to?
Like
he killed so many people.
It's only 45 minutes, and then it's just like, yeah, he fucks up a bunch of nobodies, and it's like leads to nowhere.
What do you want him to do? Fight Thor? Like, what is?
Like, I don't know, just kill a bunch of people, lead into something. It's like you got the what was her name supposed to be, like Ma, whatever. Which I always thought was a stupid villain. She had no arms or legs. Like, you killed my family. It's like, yeah, he killed a lot of people's family because you assholes killed his family. Like, fuck you.
First
of all, just shoot a 203 round in her fucking car, and you could have ended the whole fucking thing.
He didn't have a 203 on his.
It was like a lot of build up.
It was not late. Folks, let us know if you saw the Punisher special presentation. Give us a rating. Let us know what you think. I think Mad Mike is wrong.
Was a lot better than this. And it's like,
I think you are wrong.
One last kill, and it's like, you didn't kill anyone.
He killed like 600,000 people.
Just all went to sleep. It's like saying Batman is a mass murderer. I don't think so.
They just get really tired.
A bat, a super sharp bat-shaped fucking titanium alloy metal thing at somebody, they just go to sleep. Everyone knows that.
Yes.
Especially if you hit them in the throat. It doesn't slit their throat.
Especially in the temple. Temple is like instant sleep.
Them, and then they just get really sleepy. They're just
really
sleepy.
Yep. I honestly, like, is it light on story? Yes, it is. Yes. Because it's not meant to be a large narrative. Sports Bar said it was 5.5 out of 10. What?
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
No. Okay, you can't. You cannot compare it.
Shit about moral factor.
No, that is not
50%,
true.
So it's like you minus 50%. I don't know, do the math.
You have to divide by the multiple of the.
Got the Vaseline all in his eyes.
Listen,
it's marvelous. So good. I love
baby
it.
oil, not Vaseline. It's you can't compare it to something that is a 8, 10, 12 episode season. You can't compare it to something that's a $100 million, $200 million movie blockbuster for what it is, which is a standalone 1 hour story, self-contained story. I think it's great. I mean, how much more could they have put into that without having fucking a million cameos and like blowing up the budget? What they did.
Done a lot.
No, I disagree. I think.
Don't want to bash it because it's fucking Marvel.
No, well, first of all, I love John Bernthal, and I have a huge man crush on him because he's just so
I'm trying to get him on the show. It's like, okay.
It's better. The writing, I will say that Mad Mike's Echo is better than the writing for the last season of The Boys. Wow. Interesting. That's a hot take. Anyway, while I don't think it's like my favorite Marvel product ever, it's not. But for what it is, when you compare it to the other standalone Marvel specials, that's the Guardians Holiday Special and was it the Man Thing? Swamp Thing? I'm thinking. No, Wolf. What was the one?
Or something? Yeah.
Werewolf by Night. Werewolf by Night. That's the
Werewolf
one.
by Night.
So comparatively to those products, I thought it was good. I thought it stood up for what it is. The problem, I think, is that too many people look at all the Marvel products and then put them like on the same scale. Like, oh, we're going to compare Endgame to Daredevil. Like, you can't. It's completely different things. So I don't know. I again, was it the greatest thing ever? No, of course not. But the action was phenomenal. It was not from when the moment the action started to when it stopped. It was great. It introduced a lot of characters that I hope we will see again. I'm curious to see how they're going to bridge the gap from how he ends this in this kind of crazy PTSD fueled space. And in the trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day, we see him kind of like clean shaven and classic like Spider-Man Punisher banter. So it seems like a pretty harsh turn. So hopefully there's narratively there's something there. Hey Greg, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, so Punisher, you know, it is what it is. What's some other news? You said you got some other news for us.
So they're talking about the Mandalorian movie. You heard about that?
Yeah. I believe I've heard of The Mandalorian.
Yeah, it's a little show on Disney Plus. Might not have heard of it. It's a small network. They don't have a lot of money.
Up and coming. Really up and coming.
Yeah, up and coming.
Yeah.
Like
Mom and pop
Peacocks.
shop. Mom and
They're
pop
not
shop.
gonna be no Peacock, but you know, they're out there.
They're no Tubi. They're no
Yeah,
Tubi.
no Tubi, but you know, they're out there. They're gonna be on Netflix. Anyway.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a show again, and they're like, let's fucking make a movie because we need money, and then they're like, oh, we gotta make the movie so everyone can watch it. But apparently they didn't make it enough for everyone to watch it if you haven't seen the show. So it's got 50-50 reviews. People that have seen the show love it. People that haven't seen the show are lost in the sauce and say it sucks. And it's like, well, that's like with everything. So
Catch me up here. You don't watch, what is it, 2-3 seasons of The Mandalorian, plus the Boba Fett specials and all that, and then you walk into the theater?
Yeah, you're gonna like, well, what's the ticket? $30 and then popcorn, and am I gonna watch this movie I never heard of?
What's this Mandalorian and Grogu?
Mandalorian? He doesn't play a mandolin?
Is that like the cousin of the DeLorean? Is he the inventor of the DeLorean, the Mandalorian?
No mandolin and no DeLorean. I'm so fucking confused.
So confused. It's...
And you know what? It's like the most popular fucking Disney Plus show of all time.
It's the one thing that like kept Disney Plus going through the fucking COVID.
We're gonna give you guys what you want. Boba Fett.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we give you 30 minutes of Boba Fett, and we took it over with the Mandalorian. You're welcome. Like, wait, what? The fuck?
Like, and we talked about this way back when. Like, as great as The Mandalorian is as a show, it makes no sense to make it a movie. It really doesn't.
It was its bread and butter. Like, yeah, it's like a cereal, like a old Western cereal type deal. And that's where it fit. And it's like, okay, let's make a movie. And it's like, you're gonna give us what, an hour and a half and 30 minutes of credits. It's Punisher all over again.
The sports bar said when the Mandalorian goes 88 miles per hour, he goes back to the prequels. That's good. That's good. Womp womp. That's a good dad joke right there.
They're trying to fill a gap because they have no movies to fucking put out.
It's like we haven't put a Star Wars movie out in like 6 years, so we got to put something out.
Make this into a movie, and it's like, no, you dumb fox. Tell them no. You can say no. It's okay. Just put out this series, and there's so much material. I'll fucking write you something. Just hit me with a couple $1 million. Oh
man, I
I agree. It's like, yeah, I kind of don't want to watch it. I'm probably gonna see it because my fucking kid. I got kids.
Just wait till it's on Disney Plus. It'll be on Disney Plus in like 2
Like
weeks.
8 years, I can watch it.
2 weeks from
I
now.
have ways I can watch it. It's a little blurry, whatever, but I still gotta go see it because I have a fucking family and shit.
I have people that I love or some bullshit. I don't know. Well, apparently.
It's like, do I not give Disney enough money? Fuck's sake. I literally paid for the movie myself. Like, what was the budget? $300 million? Yeah, I spent that this year at fucking Disney.
Self-funded by. At this point, I'm surprised. First of all,
put me a thank you in the fucking credits. That's all I fucking want.
Big thanks to Mad Mike
Thanks,
for
Mad
funding
Mike,
this movie.
for fucking sucking all the Disney dicks he can get.
Listen, at this point, I'm surprised that Disney hasn't come out with some type of like, hey, we're gonna kickstart the fucking Grogu movie. And I'm like, because people like you would pay for it. People would absolutely pay for it.
You just throw me a free alternate cover or something. I don't know, fucking enamel pen, some shit made in China. Doesn't look anything like the thing. It's like, isn't that like a fucking dryer ball? Like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, I paid $150 for it. Shut up.
Yeah, it's Disney brand. Disney brand lint. Hey, Jessica Jones in the chat. What's up? You got the book. That's awesome. So glad you got the book. Hope you enjoy it. Let us know what you think about it.
What book? You fucking wrote a book?
I did, yeah, man, I did. No, our previous guest, I think it was Nathan Edmondson, wrote a book, and she won a copy of it. Yay! By asking for it. She won a copy by simply asking for it. And I sent it to her. Wayne says, next thing you know, Disney will make a whole series about the rise and fall of the band from in the cantina. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. They should do, what's those things called? Like the 30 for 30s? They do like
30
do a 30 for 30, the cantina band. Yeah. Was it MTV that used to do like the rise and fall? Or like,
no, VH1 Behind the Music.
Behind the Music, yeah. VH1 Behind the Music.
It was on top of the world.
The cantina.
I had a Lamborghini. I was smoking,
snorting coke, and now I'm painting billboards.
Fucking the cantina band. We were so hot, man. During
played for Luke Skywalker.
we played at the wedding of Luke and Leia. No, not Luke and Leia. Jesus Christ. Anakin and Leia. No, Anakin and whatever the fuck characters' names. Yes. Anyway, what else we got? What other stories? We got 30 minutes to fill before we get the great Gary Sinise in this bitch. What other stories we got?
I'll just do the whole show. Like, just sit back, relax.
You know what? No. Fine. No.
No, but it's on the same thread of the people, like the early reviews. Which I'm surprised you didn't go to any. You don't got any fucking. You're not getting any of these previews,
dude. It's been a crazy couple of weeks.
I was like, how come CQ doesn't fucking go? People saw the Grogu. It's not out yet. And then the other one is the He-Man. What's it called?
Masters of the Universe.
Which was one of my favorite shits growing up. I had all the shits. I had the fucking Castle Grayskull and all that shit.
Someone grew up rich.
Fucking money. No, my dad sent it to me. Anyways, now I saw the trailer and we showed it and stuff, and it was like, I'll fucking pass. It looks stupid. Well, apparently, like, they're kind of on lockdown. What's it called when you have to wait or whatever?
NDAs, the embargoes. They got the embargoes.
Embargoed until June 5th or some shit.
Yes, sir.
They allowed him to put out a tweet. People saw it yesterday, and they were allowed to put out a tweet. And it was like, I don't know, 5 people, and they loved it. I don't know how many people saw it. It was at the Chinese Theater or whatever, which I assume holds like 100 people, and 5 people said it was fucking awesome. Like, I watched it as a kid. I didn't think it would be good, and it was great, excellent. The fucking British guy crushed it. He said Jared Leto surprisingly was good as the voice of Skeletor.
Because at this point, it's as much Jared Leto is as his toenail. It's his voice heavily modulated.
It's like saying Vin Diesel's a great actor because he did Groot.
Yes. Yes.
And, like,
Yes.
the guy,
Yes.
it's like he just spoke and they synthesized it or what, you know?
Yeah,
It's like
they synth the hell out
it's
of
like
it.
saying like what T-Pain is an excellent singer.
But so here is the conundrum.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have movies that are critically like adored. Oh, we saw it. It's the best of the this and the blah 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 blah. And then when the general audience goes to see it, it's panned or people don't even show up, right? And it's like the lowest box office numbers possible. But the adverse, I've also seen where a movie is like, hey, critics are saying it's terrible, early reviews are terrible, and all of a sudden it starts to build momentum and, it's through the roof. When the Super Mario Galaxy movie just came out not so long ago, early reviews were like, it's soulless, it's a pale comparison to the, first one. It's just, fan service, blah, blah, blah. And wouldn't you know, went on to make $1 billion,
It's fucking Mario, though. That's a terrible example. There was another movie that came out and their critics hated it, but it was fucking awesome. Fuck was it? I can't remember. Anyways, like we watched it, and I was like, she had to leave or whatever, and she's like, "Is it good?" And I was like, "It's fucking Mario. Like they just made up the whole story. There's no fucking story in Mario.
Yeah, it's
You
just
go to the end of
running
level
around,
and try not to get hit by a fucking turtle shell. Like they made up everything, and then they threw a bunch of shit in there that people like. The end, Star Fox is in there. Spoiler alert! And it's like, what the fuck is he doing in here?
Obviously, you never played Super Smash Bros. Because
no, I didn't, because I didn't have a fucking GameCube because shit was only out for like a year and I was poor.
Yeah. So,
anyways,
I'm curious. I'm always hesitant when like. At this point, it's because it's both. I'm hesitant when early reviews are good, and I'm hesitant when early reviews are bad. Because in both scenarios, I'm like,
I don't fucking go for either one. This is what I do. I'm like, CQ, what did you think of this movie? Oh, it was really good. And then I asked Smith, but I don't fucking. I know he's screwed. We don't have the same taste.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's the best movie ever, and I know it's like a flaming hot turd, but I don't have the courage to tell him that outright. And then I go to Nemo, and then I decipher it from there. If you and Nemo say it's good, it's pretty good. Smith likes everything. It's fucking easy. I wish I was like, oh, it's fucking the best thing ever. It's like I
start to think that like there's something, there's a screw loose somewhere in there.
I would say if he got blown up, but it's like I got fucking blown up. I fucking hate everything.
That defibrillator in his chest kind of rewired things.
Yeah.
They need to fine tune that.
Life too much. It's like turn down those endorphins.
You could tell who was in the Air Force. He's just so positive and likes people,
oxygen. And that's what it is. He's too much oxygen.
It's too oxygenated.
All the endorphins. He just appreciates it too much. He's blind to everything. He's excited about Expendables all female. Like, oh, the fucking great concept. And you're like, what?
You know what was
one
missing?
Female in the whole movie. When they're putting it, who are you putting in there? Sandra Bullock, Sally Field. Like, goddamn, what you got?
Lucy Liu, Ming Na Wen. Who else?
It's fucking Expendables geriatric women. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, fucking protest ICE in Minnesota? Like, I don't fucking know.
Nice. Very topical. Very topical.
I'm not up on the current events. I don't watch the news. It's a stupid concept. It's like, Ocean's 8 or whatever they did with the all-female one. It's like, oh, why does Sandra Bullock always have to fucking lead a female cast? It's like she's a fucking great actress, and it's like she always gets stuck with these like prop up Keanu Reeves before he started shooting people because his dog got killed.
Wow. Man, somebody needs to make like a map, a mind map of Mad Mike's, how he connects things to other things. Sandra Bullock to Keanu Reeves' dead dogs. I'm gonna do that.
There's a.
Well, can I get one?
What? You want to talk about some pop culture? I don't know.
How can I get what? I can't get an edge in here, man. My own damn show. I can't even fucking. Speaking of superheroes, did you see the latest trailer for The Lanterns? The new trailer they just dropped.
I did.
And I have to say this. The first trailer, I feel like was a letdown. It was a letdown. It was disappointing.
It literally gave nothing. It was pointless.
It was depressing more than anything. It was just like, this is just going to be a really sad.
Louise, like
it's going to be a really sad downer of a show. Leave it to DC to make superheroes depressing. But in this latest trailer.
This is made prior to, what's his face?
James Gunn taking over?
Guy taking over, right? I think they started it before he came on, and then he's like kind of overseeing. Like, didn't they reshoot or something? I don't know.
So that's the thing. This one has been in development for a long time. It was going to be a movie, then it was going to be a series, then it went back to being a movie, then it went to a series. At some point, James Gunn stepped in and took over. I don't remember the timeline exactly, if people like were already cast when he took over, or if he kind of like restarted the whole thing. But this does firmly take place in the new James Gunn universe. And I will say that the latest trailer actually made me kind of go, this might actually be pretty good. This might be enjoyable.
And it's a show. So yeah, like you can't go wrong with the fucking show. Everyone pays for streaming. Because we're like, oh, let's save money and we get cool shit, and now they're fucking us, and we have 35 streaming services, but you can't go wrong with a series, and it's entertaining. It's like a fucking Tango Cash, fucking Green Lantern
Guardians of the Universe
to it.
Yes. Yeah. I
like Hal Jordan. He's the known fucking Green Lantern, and it's like, okay, he's
Jon Stewart. I mean, he's, obviously Green Lantern's got to get into some DEI. Got to get Jon Stewart in there,
You gotta be, Emmy worthy or whatever the fuck. You see all the fucking DEI bullshit with the Odyssey? Holy fuck. Let's not go there. But
at this point, I can't separate what is fact from fiction when it comes to the Odyssey. Because I've heard everything from like left to right.
Everyone's like, oh, he's only doing it because he wants to win an Academy Award. And it's like, did he fucking win the Academy Award? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure did Inception win something? It won a bunch of something.
I don't know. I gave up after Batman. I watched Inception, and then I was like, I tried to watch Dunkirk because I'm like a fucking history nerd, and I'm like,
I thought Dunkirk was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good.
Boring. I fell asleep. Fucking British, man. They can't fight a war. I know why we won. I see it. I see it here in Dunkirk. I totally got it. Got it. I know why we're a country now.
I see why. I see how we got here.
Yeah.
I see how we got here.
But and it's like, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, did he make poor casting choices? Fuck yeah, dude. Like, but can you top Brad Pitt? No.
I mean,
he's available. You got him to do it again.
I don't know
why people are upset just because Brad Pitt wasn't fucking.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why I'm upset. I'm just
wait. Tom Holland isn't it? I don't know. As much as I like Tom Holland as an actor, and I think he's a great Spider-Man, I don't necessarily see him as like a Spartan warrior.
Yeah, it's like you got these scrawny people. Like
they're
all fucking swole back in the day. I don't know
drop kick that dude.
It was like a lot of testosterone. Like people only lived to 30, but they were all fucking ripped and jacked and shit. It's like, god damn.
Yeah.
Like, what? Everyone farm with fucking testosterone? Like, I don't understand. Like, these fucking plants grow big when you just sprinkle testosterone on. Like, little HGH. Like, I don't know. They had it right back then.
It was all the rhino horn they were taking. You know, they were really, really
like
into rhino horn.
rhino semen and shit. Like, fucking, I don't know. You notice that everyone's jacked? It's like, fuck. I don't know if the people are just like really gay or what, but it's like 300. Everyone was ripped. It's like, what the fuck is everyone doing? Like, did they have fucking
P90X back then?
And P90X, like.
They had the little thing in the doorway. They just
type of P90X and shit, like fucking.
It was really into the old Tybo, yeah.
So much CrossFit going on, guys.
A lot of tire flipping going on in
kettlebells.
300 AD. A lot of tire flipping.
Took a really turn. I forgot what we were talking about.
I'm following your crazy train. I just hitched my wagon to your crazy train, and we're just gone.
Like, skim articles. I only read like 3 sentences, and then I just make my own interpretation.
There you go. What?
But anyways,
Yeah.
So you got that. He-Man's coming out. What else we have this summer? We have He-Man, Young Washington, which. You got a British guy to play the fucking greatest American hero of all time? Fuck you, you assholes. What else is coming out in the summer, though? We have to look forward to.
Spider-Man Brand New Day, obviously.
Never heard of it. What's that, a new character?
Never heard of her. What else?
Is Andrew Garfield in that one? I'll watch it.
I think Toby's in it.
Yeah, that comes out, end of July, I think.
Yeah, end of July.
My kid's excited about that.
It's going to be good, man. It's going to be good. Outside of that, obviously...
Avengers Doomsday's fucking Christmas.
Avengers Doomsday's and Christmas. Yep.
And then the other one with the fucking guy, Tom Holland's rival, darker hair guy. Ying to his yang. What the fuck's that guy? Chalamet. He's like the evil. It's like the yin and the yang. You got the positive fucking guy, Tom Holland, and you got the dark.
I can't unsee it now.
It's like you're Tom Holland, I'm Timothy Chalamet. Yeah, the fucking right.
Timothy Chalamet, bing bong.
Everyone's like, how the fuck does this guy get through life? He has quite the perspective. Yeah, Timothy Chalamet.
God. I will never unsee that now.
He's Dark World fucking Tom Holland.
He's Bizarro Tom Holland.
Yeah. He's like
oh my God.
Fucking Tom Holland.
Wow.
Wow. Dune comes out then.
Yeah.
I don't know what else we have to look forward to. We got Top Gun 3 or some shit.
Let's take a quick peek around the horn here. Jesus. Let's see, 2026 movies.
I thought there was something else I was like excited about, but I don't know.
There's lots.
The Odyssey, I think, comes out this summer.
All right, so this summer in June, you've got Scary Movie. That's June 5th. Toy Story 5, June 19th. You'll bow down to your dark overlord of Disney.
I'll be there.
June 26th is Supergirl, the next in the DC universe.
That's right, yeah.
July 1st, Minions and Monsters. July 10th, Moana, the live action Moana.
Ooh, no one's gonna watch that.
No. July 17th, The Odyssey. July 31st, Spider-Man Brand New Day. And call it a summer movie if you want, but August 7th is The Ice Cream Man, a horror film directed by Eli Roth.
Yeah. No.
There you go. That is your
Not a lot. I feel like there's a lot of missed opportunity there, but anyways.
Yeah. So it's gonna be an interesting middle of June through end of July for the summer blockbuster office. Here, I got a couple quick hits for you. Let me pull up my notes. We'll do a quick fast speed round. Terrifier 4, the next in the Terrifier franchise, is officially set to take place during the New Year's Eve. So it's been tied to like Christmas and other things. So this one and Halloween, and this one will be New Year's Eve. Netflix is producing a live action solo leveling series Solo Leveling is like a big anime that was very popular.
Amazing.
Yeah, very, very big popular. It's listed for 7 episodes. A Quiet Place 3 has begun filming. I never saw A Quiet Place 2. I got to get back on that.
I watched 5 minutes of one, and I was like, this is stupid. Like if there's a Taco Bell around, you're fucking fucked. And then the lady has a baby. Like, how the fuck have you lived with a baby? Like, there's no way you keep that quiet. The fuck,
Yeah.
you will all be fucked like right away within 10 minutes.
Yeah. My favorite was somebody had the plot hole because there's one scene in the first one where he goes to the waterfall so he can scream. He's like, this is the only place where we can scream. They're like, why didn't you just fucking live there?
Yeah.
Instead of living on a quiet
build our
farm.
whole house right here. Like, you could fucking make 100 babies. Like,
Oh, shit, you could repopulate the earth there. Anyway, so A Quiet Place 3 has begun filming and is and it's projected to be in theaters July of 2027. If you saw the animated film Mitchell's versus the Machines, which if you haven't, worth a watch. Actually, a really good animated film, great family film. It didn't get the audience that I think it deserved to get. It was actually really good. It's on Netflix. But apparently they're working on a sequel called The Mitchells versus the Mitchells. So that's going to be interesting. Really cute family film, man. You should watch that. You and the girls, I think, would like that. Mitchells versus the Machines.
The kids did watch it.
Friday the 13th prequel series called Crystal Lake releases on Peacock, your favorite network, on October 15. The show follows Voorhees' life prior to the events of the first Friday the 13th film. So
fucking idea. It's $20 for a year of fucking Peacock, and then it's like on it. Oh, you're gonna put a horror fucking show out in October? Like, no way. You're not gonna be successful.
yeah, amazing, right?
It's fucking dumb idea. You should release it in the summer. Or May.
And it was
me ripping on Scary Movie and fucking Scream 7, which came out in the worst time. Like, if you
February.
release any horror movie in October, like, it's gonna be successful, you dumb fucks. Let's release Terrifier 4 and then fucking July, and let's complain why we didn't do well. Anyways. It's just like, can you not plan these right? Like, do you not know when no movies come out in October, fucking, like, September, October, nothing comes out, and it's like, let's release all our horror movies in the summer. Anyways, go ahead. It'll be great. I'm looking forward to it. It's a cool concept. What else you got?
Anubis said Mad Mike is waiting to watch Spider-Man Noir. Oh God, that's coming. That's like a week away.
Did they approve it for 7 seasons already? Like, they fucking, you see all the propaganda for it? I'm like, fuck's sake. And I got to explain it to my family because they're like, did you know this is coming out? I was like, yeah, I do a show. Do you guys not know I disappear for 2 fucking hours every Tuesday night? Like, I fucking do a show. Like, I post shit randomly. Like, kind of a big deal in the pop culture world. Fucking shit. I don't know. I was like, no, never fucking heard of it. What is it about?
Who here wants to see like Mad Mike on like edibles? Like I just sitting in the corner. Like, I don't know, we're gonna rooting out. It's kind of a big deal.
That's our next show. It's just me fucking complaining about it.
Oh shit.
Anyways, yeah, no, I'm excited about it. It's fucking gonna be stupid, but they'll do another 3 seasons. Anyways.
To your point of how Peacock is actually crushing it, 4 new live-action TV shows are in the works at Peacock based on the Fast and Furious franchise. So Peacock, soon to be home of 4 new live-action Fast and Furious TV shows. What they're about, God only knows. But there you have it. In some other news, Westworld apparently is coming back. There's a movie in the works at Warner Brothers. So they're currently developing a script with major mystery filmmakers eyeing to direct. Westworld was good. I don't think it needs a movie. I don't think it needs to come back with a movie.
So I heard that. I like the show. Did it got overdone or whatever?
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, it was originally a movie back in the 70s or whatever. It's how it started out. And
Yeah.
this guy's trying to bring it back to that, and it's like, yeah, it's been played out. I don't know.
It's been a minute. It's been enough. It's been enough.
It's not as it's widely known as it's not a game. Or it's not gonna do well. It's gonna fucking bomb. I could tell you that right now.
Reacher has been renewed for season 5 at Prime Video, so we're gonna be getting more Reach rounds.
Reacher, and he's on a dirt bike in his neighborhood. I dare you to complain about me fucking riding in my neighborhood.
If they don't do a scene with him knocking some dude out on a dirt bike, like
a dirt bike,
they've missed
opportunity.
Opportunity. Golly. In other news, Fallout Season 3, they're already announcing some casting for Fallout Season 3. And in addition to everyone else we know about, apparently Aaron Paul is joining. And for those that don't remember who Aaron Paul is, science bitch. He was, what's his name in Breaking Bad?
Co-star to fucking Hal.
Yeah. He was Jesse Pinkman in Breaking Bad. He has joined the cast of Fallout Season 3. So that'll be fun. Hopefully they use him more than they use.
When they do that though, it's like, oh yeah, we got this person. It's like they have a 1 episode 30-minute thing. Like,
yeah. It was like Macaulay Culkin being in season 2, and they made such a big deal out of it. And he was like in 5 scenes.
Yeah, well, I mean, good for him. Fucking God bless Macaulay Culkin's American hero. Him and James Marsden, like, fuck's sake.
I can't wait. Whatever side of the coin I am on, Mad Mike will naturally go to the other side.
Yeah, fucking Macaulay Culkin is a national fucking treasure. If the British ever tried to fucking claim him, we would fucking take over that goddamn island in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, God.
Just saying.
Well, in other news, the Ted sequel series, because remember, it went from Ted 1 to Ted 2
right?
to a prequel series, a live-action prequel series. Now,
too expensive to do the show they're doing now is what he said.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot.
CGI, yeah. Like,
it's CGI. You're CGI.
A lot of shit. Like,
the main character is a walking, talking teddy bear. It's going to be a lot.
That looks realistic. And it's like, yeah. Just animate it. Yeah, just end it. Like, I think it's been good enough. I mean, we got how many dick and fucking whatever jokes can you take? He does it on Family Guy. He does it on all the spinoffs. Like,
they're all just one connected universe at this point.
Yeah.
Nice. We need Sam Witwer. Listen, I've been trying to get Sam Witwer on this show. That dude is the biggest cock tease. I've talked to his people. I've talked to him, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna do it. Then we get a date." And I'm sorry to record. Now, to be fair, he's a very busy guy. Like he's voicing like 20 different characters in 20 different projects, plus acting, plus he's also like a contributor and writer and like the Star Wars. Like he was a character in a video game. Like it's a whole thing. He's a busy dude.
Plus, we don't pay anyone. Like
that's true
fucking,
too.
Like
that's true too.
Pulls the heartstrings and says, "Oh, you want to do our show?" Like we
that is
fucking
fair.
have no money. Like we fucking pay for our own shit.
Yeah.
So if someone's gonna pay him $10,000 to do an interview, he's gonna fucking do that.
He's gonna choose making money or coming on this show.
You want to come on a show for veterans for free? Like, no, fuck you. This guy's paying me $10,000.
Veterans.
Like, I don't blame him either. Like, I barely show up to this show.
Let's see.
They get paid to do the other shit, or it's whatever, studio funded or whatever.
Yeah. So surprising to me is the Office spinoff, The Paper, is actually getting a season 2.
Season 2, really?
It's getting a season 2.
Did you guys not watch our show when we bashed it? Really?
I don't think it's good. I'm sorry. I don't think it's good. I love The Office. I'll rewatch the shit out of The Office.
It's fucking a great show.
I'll even watch some of the British Office because I think some of these are very funny. But it just
you got the American. You have a spinoff of the American version with the British guy, and it was terrible. I only watched the fucking trailers, and I was like, "This is a shitty fucking show."
It was not good. It was not good.
I didn't watch a full
I'm
episode.
assuming
They're hoping
that
people will watch it because they spend so
well
much money on it.
that and like with The Office, a lot of people forget the first
I
season
think
of The
that's
Office was
Peacock
not
too, isn't
yes, and it was not received well. The first season of The Office was not received well. Like it had a couple good moments, but largely it wasn't good. And it wasn't until the second season that they started to kind of put the pieces in place that would be the show moving forward. So I'm only assuming they're like, hey, we'll give you one chance to fucking fix this shit, and because it's not gonna
it? It's not gonna be good. Anyways,
yeah.
what else you got?
A spin-off of a spin-off of a spin-off, a Creed spin-off TV series is beginning filming called Delphi. And I don't know, is that like the name of his daughter or his wife or something in the movies? I don't know.
Didn't care to watch it.
Yeah. So for those that love a TV spin-off series of a movie spin-off series of a movie that was popular in the 80s, you're going to love it.
King Smith will tell you all about how great it is.
Let's see. There's a live-action Voltron movie that's going to be releasing directly to Prime Video.
Our boy fucking, Superman. And they're putting it right to...
Right
I
to
appreciate it.
Prime.
I don't know anything about it, and I would rather just watch it for something that I already paid for. So I think it's a smart move. Everyone was butthurt. Oh, it should be in the movies, and it's like, I don't know what 20% of people, maybe 10% of people know what the fuck that shit is. Like, I don't know. It's not something I grew. That's our time period. I watched fucking He-Man about
a little
Ninja
bit
Turtles.
before my time, and
I was looking some Thundercats before Voltron, but
yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, like, and let's not forget, like, that's what preceded, Power Rangers and like all these other big.
Just what it seems like is like a mech thing, like our powers combined. Like, if they do this shit, I'm fucking in. Like, fucking, oh shit, it's a Red Ranger, motherfucker.
They're throwing up gang signs. Watch out.
This shit's getting real.
Opening portals.
They're about to combine. Anyways, I felt that's the best landing spot for it is streaming. So
all I can think about now is Doctor Strange when he's like, and I'm like, he's about to morph.
Yeah, he's like
Doctor Strange. It's morphin' time.
Bitch, what is he, the toe?
Anubis wants to know, how about Stewart fails to save the universe? That one.
I saw the trailer, and I felt like, okay, that's a cool spinoff.
It's a different premise. I give them credit.
It's better than Young Sheldon, which ran too long, and then they got
or the spinoff of the spinoff. Yeah, I don't know.
Felt like it's a cool take. I didn't know that. I didn't watch all that show. I watched like the first 3 seasons, I want to say.
Big Bang Theory? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't fucking finish a lot of stuff, okay? I'm like entry level, okay, this is where we're at with this, and then I fucking bow out before it disappoints me.
Sure.
And, but
so
I know who
you didn't
Stewart
know?
is, and I was like, this is fucking great concept. I'll watch 1 season, and then I'll pass.
I'll watch like 3 episodes, half of 3 episodes.
And then they're like, oh, it's extended for 7 seasons. I bowed out before it got shitty.
Yeah,
cool concept. I love the time travel. You love the time travel.
I love me some sci-fi. I love me some, and the idea that the gist of what I'm getting is that this kind of like they're like parallel universe hopping, and a lot of it has to do with it's based on like comic book, cliches. There's like a zombie universe. There's a superhero universe. There's a man versus monsters universe. Like, so it uses a lot of the tropes, and that's why he said in the trailer, he's like, I trained my whole life for this.
They make fun of themselves, and it's funny. Like, that's the way to do it.
I think I prefer that spin-off than I would to, like you said, like Young Sheldon or Mandy and whatever's first marriage, whatever. that to me, that's an interesting, different take. But at the same time, you could argue, well, then it doesn't even need to be connected to the Big Bang. You could literally put in any random comic book guy fucking opens the multiverse and now has to save the world or save the universe.
The reason you watch is because it's connected to the thing that people liked. Hence, they have Fast and the Furious fucking spinoffs. It's like none of those characters are, or Creed, none of those are uniquely developed characters. They're written by fucking Neanderthals. Like, I'm laying on paper.
Punch, punch, punch.
Anyway.
Let's see. A couple other. Oh, shit. We're at the top of the hour.
Something I want to talk about real quick. 2 minutes.
Throw it in there.
Fucking Wolverine and the assholes at PlayStation. Fuck you.
Yes.
Glad we bombed you. Anyways, they announced that shit is strictly for PlayStation 5. So remember how we were like, I got to play it on Steam.
Yep.
They just, internal memo as of this morning, I'm on the hots. I get all the internal memos.
I'm on the CC line.
Yeah, I'm on the CC. I don't know how I got in there, but I'm in there. Anyways, yeah, they're saying starting with Wolverine and some other shitty game that I never heard of. Only on PlayStation will you be able to play it because they're gay and they don't like money.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate.
Too. There's like supposedly it's just like the one. It's a Spider-Man game one-off or whatever.
I knew it was gonna happen because of like people like me where they're like, oh, I can play Spider-Man on my little Xbox handheld. And even though Microsoft was like, hey, PlayStation, here's some of our exclusives, I knew like PlayStation, all it has is its exclusives. Like that's all that's left. That is the final straw that it is just clinging to because Microsoft has better online service, better security for your data. I think more comfortable controllers, better internet connection, like better party chat, you name it. The fact
all works better.
The simple fact.
You have shapes on your controller. Like, who the fuck is like, I'm going to press triangle and I'm going to press square. It's like, what am I, fucking 3? Like, fuck's sake, I'm an adult, god damn it.
I go A, B, X like an adult.
Yeah, like that or numbers. Like, who the fuck's like, oh, press triangle. Anyways. I press square. Today.
Which one is the circle?
I like to play Spider-Man with the square, the triangle.
Anyway, I lost.
You know how long I had that joke fucking?
Oh God, I lost the thread.
It's been like 5 years since I waiting to do that joke.
Point is, I think
it's a huge fucking detriment to them. Like, I don't understand. Like, okay, you really think? So what? 10 people are gonna buy a $500 system to play the game? Like,
I don't know.
When you could have whatever it is, millions of people that'll pay $60 and you can make a ton of money. It's just the exclusive thing is just stupid to me. Especially if I own if I was Insomniac, I would be like, no, let everyone play the fucking game. We spent a lot of money on it. Like,
someone's paying their bucks.
Company that's like, no, it's a great idea. Let's put fucking Jared Leto in this movie and let's make Spider-Woman and shit. Like,
anyway, moving on. All right, guys, we're gonna toss it to a short break so I can queue up the interview with Gary Sinise, and when we come back, it is amazing. Stay tuned. It is one of my favorite interviews of all time. Mad Mike, thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next week, I guess.
Yeah.
If we show up, we'll see. But all right, say goodnight to the audience, Mad Mike.
Good night. Later.
All right, guys, we'll see you right after the break.
You there? Yeah, it is right, you. Let me ask you something, alright? Where the hell do you think that you're going? Oh, what do you think because the show's going to commercial that means you get to just walk away? Well, CQ asked me to pass on the little message, alright? And it says, I'll be back.
In the shadows of the city bright, where heroes rise and take the fight, there's a voice that breaks the night. It's CQ with the insight. From the comics to the silver screens, talking legends and those crazy scenes, pop culture trends and hidden themes. CQ reveals what it all means. From the comics to the silver screens, talking legends and those crazy scenes, pop culture dreams and hidden themes. CQ reveals what it all means. Pop culture warrior here to ignite, guiding through the tales of light. With CQ leading the charge so bright, we're ready for another flight. Pop culture warrior here to ignite, guiding through the tales of light. With CQ leading the charge so bright, we're ready for another flight. Marvel at the twists and turns, villains play and heroes learn. Every episode we'll discern lessons from the past to learn. Games we play and books we read, CQ's wisdom's what we need. Memories that make us bleed, together we will take the lead. Pop culture warrior here to ignite, guiding through the tales of light. With CQ leading the charge so bright, we're ready for another fight. Pop culture warrior here to ignite, guiding through the tales of light. With CQ leading the charge so bright, we're ready for another fight.
Gotta come off mute when I talk, man. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's try that again. Hey, everybody. Tonight's guest is someone whose career has left a mark, not only on Hollywood, but on the lives of countless veterans, first responders, military families, and more across the country. Over the years, he's delivered unforgettable performances in films like Forrest Gump, Apollo 13, Ransom, and Of Mice and Men, while also becoming a familiar face on television through roles like his characters in CSI New York, Criminal Minds Beyond Borders. Of course, for many veterans and movie fans alike, he'll always be remembered as Lieutenant Dan Taylor. Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump, a role that resonated deeply with audiences and became one of the most iconic portrayals of a veteran ever put on screen. But what makes tonight's conversation truly special is that his impact didn't stop when the camera stopped rolling. Through his incredible work of the Gary Sinise Foundation, he has dedicated years of his life to supporting veterans, active duty service members, first responders, and Gold Star families through programs focused on healing, mobility, mental wellness, and community support. Tonight, we're talking about his legendary career, the lasting legacy of Lieutenant Dan, the importance of service and remembrance, and the annual National Memorial Day concert on PBS. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited for you to see this amazing interview with a true legend, Mr. Gary Sinise. Gary, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. Obviously, it's this is in support of Memorial Day and the PBS National Concert and the Gary Sinise Foundation, but it is truly an honor. I mean, I've already gushed on you enough, but you are one of my favorite actors of all time, and more than that, just an incredible human being. So thank you for taking the time to sit with us today.
I appreciate it, Michael. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm surprised I haven't connected with you on this show before, but I'm really happy to do it today.
It's long overdue. Long overdue. We were fighting as a station. We were fighting who gets to sit down with Gary. Who gets? And I'm like, no. We've got history. We've got history. I get this. This is mine. So we're fighting over you. Just so you know that you're causing quite a stir in the station. Diving straight into it. First and foremost, we are a pop culture podcast and live stream, and I always love to know the person I'm talking to. What do you geek out about, right? Whether it's movies or whiskey or motorcycles, or what's the thing that you're most passionate about outside of your profession?
Well, my profession, acting, it would be music. I mean, it would be music first. Besides my family, my family, my kids, my grandkids, all of that stuff. I'm a bit of a geek when it comes to being a grandpa with these grandkids. But the thing I do most for fun, for outside of all the mission work and everything like that, is playing music and working with musicians and that kind of thing. I've got a long history with doing that. I started playing guitar when I was in fourth grade. I never in a million years thought that I would end up playing as many concerts as I've played over the years. But then again, I never, who could have predicted September 11th, 2001, and that really changed the course of my life in a big way. And I wanted to do something positive to help out and to raise some spirits. And music has always raised my spirits. So I thought, I know some players. Let's get them together. We'll start going on some tours. And here we are, 20 some, I don't know, it's well over 20 years now, and hundreds and hundreds of concerts all over the world. Who would have thought? But I think we've done a good job to raise some spirits. And every time I go out there and see people having a good time, my own spirits are raised.
That's awesome. Everybody knows the Lieutenant Dan Band. Come on, they're awesome. You guys are the best. So I think that's a great segue into kind of, I always start off the show when I'm interviewing someone is to ask what's their military connection. Obviously, you amongst most have a very, very direct connection. But before, let's go before Lieutenant Dan, before Forrest Gump. Was there a military connection, family member, close friends, or did you kind of just go into that and that be it?
Oh, there's a lot of that. That's where it begins with me. I have many veterans on both my side of the family and my wife's side of the family. My grandfather and my great uncle were World War I veterans, served in the Army. When my great uncle, his name was Vyrl, Vyrl. Vyrl got back from World War I and serving in the Army, and he ended up joining the Navy. So he was in the Navy. My grandfather came back from World War I, went to an Army camp in Rockford, Illinois called Camp Grant, named after President Grant. And there he met my grandmother, who was an Army nurse at Camp Grant. They met in January of 1920, and they got married in April of 1920. and they had 3 boys, and both of them, both of my dad's brothers served in World War II. One was on a ship in the Pacific during the invasions of Iwo Jima and Okinawa and part of the occupying force in Japan. The oldest of the 2, was a navigator on a B-17 bomber over Europe, 30 missions over Europe. And then my dad was the youngest of the three. He was about 12 during World War II, but my dad ended up joining the Navy when he got out of high school. And he served from 51 to 55, and I was born in 55 when my dad was in the Navy. So I guess I'm a Navy brat. I don't know. He was in the Navy he got out of the Navy 10 days after I was born. So I snuck in there, and I'm a Navy brat. And then I met my wife, or to-be wife, and my wife Moira introduced me to her brothers, who her older brother served in Vietnam. He was a West Pointer, 2 tours of duty in Vietnam, went as a lieutenant and then went back as a captain, company commander. And then the younger of the 2 brothers was a combat helicopter pilot, 800 combat hours over Vietnam. And then my wife's sister joined the Army, and she met and married a Vietnam veteran who was in the Army for 22 years. He stayed in the Army. He was a combat medic in Vietnam. And the 2 of them had a son who ended up joining the Army and served 2 tours in Afghanistan. So I've got that's the immediate family connection. Then there's distant cousins and all kinds of folks on the family side. So it kind of, the roots in the military are kind of deep, and they go back a long way. And I have great respect for those who serve. I must say that I did not talk to my dad or my uncles or my grandfather much about their military service when I was a kid. And then when I met Moira, and she introduced me to her brothers, and they were just a little bit older than I was, right? I graduated high school in 1973, and they were both off in Vietnam. And then I met them when they came home and everything. And they had a profound effect on me. All the Vietnam veterans on Moira's side of the family had a profound effect on me. And it was a difficult time for our nation. The Vietnam veteran, as you know, got treated very badly coming home from war. And I felt a lot of compassion for our Vietnam veterans back in the 70s and early 80s. And so I started supporting Vietnam veterans in the Chicago area where I was living. And then in the 90s, I played the Vietnam veteran, Lieutenant Dan, and all those things, the family connections, the Vietnam veterans, working with Vietnam veterans in Chicago, playing the Vietnam veteran in Forrest Gump, all of that led to what eventually became a full-on mission after September 11th, 2001.
That's incredible. So what I'm hearing a lot of is that the family's disappointed that you became an actor. Is that what I'm getting? You're the black sheep of the family. You didn't serve.
Oh. No, I'd say exactly the opposite. They're glad I amounted into something that I could make a living at.
There you go.
I found something that I could make a living at. My mom and dad were happy. I was a bad student in high school, going to get kicked out of school, and then I stumbled into acting, and I was good at it, and I ended up starting a theater company and going off, and ended up doing pretty well at it. So they were happy. They were happy. They're happy I found something I was good at that I could make a living at.
Yeah, no, it was definitely the smart move. And actually that segues perfectly into my next question, which was, before the Hollywood success, you helped found the Stephen Wolf Theater Company and built kind of your roots in theater. Do you sometimes miss the smaller, more intimate style of storytelling, or is that kind of like bygone era?
I had a lot. Steppenwolf came right after high school. I graduated from high school in 1974. I was supposed to graduate in 73, but I didn't have enough credits. I liked it so much, I went back for another semester. And then when I graduated in January of 74, I didn't have any plans to go to college. High school was hard enough. I didn't want to go to college. My parents weren't making me do it. But I loved acting and I wanted to keep doing it in some way. So I just got together with some kids and we found a space and we started doing plays for free. We would just, we were kids. We just get together and pick a play and do it. And that became Steppenwolf Theater. And here we are over 50 years later, and Steppenwolf Theater is internationally recognized. It's a giant building, an entire city block in Chicago that was built from the ground up. And all of it started with kids with a passion. So Steppenwolf is where I really learned how to do what I do, and working with a lot of great people there. We had a great company, and now it's, a lot of great people have come out of that company. We've done hundreds and hundreds of plays over the years. It's still doing very well. And I was able to kind of do a lot of plays there that ended up being very, well respected and well recognized by folks that were in Hollywood at the time, back in the 80s. And so I got offered to direct movies, and I ended up doing that. And then I acted in one that I directed, of Mice and Men. Our theater company had done The Grapes of Wrath on Broadway, and I got to know Elaine Steinbeck very well. She was John Steinbeck's widow, and she controlled all the rights to all his books. And we wanted to do The Grapes of Wrath as a play. And so I got to know her pretty well. And I said, will you give me the rights to Mice and Men to make a movie? And she gave me the rights. And I made a movie of it. I was able to make a deal with MGM, and they gave me some money to make the movie. And you know what? That led to some really good things. It was a Mice and Men that caught the attention of the Forrest Gump folks, and they saw Mice and Men and asked me to come in and audition for Lieutenant Dan. And that Lieutenant Dan changed the whole trajectory of the career at that point.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you've played so many strong, like, authority figures throughout your career, soldiers, detectives, leaders, people carrying a lot on their shoulders. What is it about those kind of characters that kind of keeps drawing you in, and why do you keep getting picked for them?
Yeah, well, that's fun to play, right? I mean, somebody with a challenging situation, conflicted, all these types of things, going through difficult stuff, trying to solve the problem, trying to figure out how to live, got to get through this thing. Those are good stories to tell. And I ended up playing some good guys and some bad guys. Bad guys are fun because you get to torture the good guy for the whole movie, and then you get paid back in the end for doing that. I enjoyed working with Mel Gibson on a movie called Ransom,
Yes.
where I just was getting in his face the whole movie, and then, I suffered at the end.
You get your comeuppance.
Yeah, and those were fun. But I've also played, historical figures like Harry Truman, which was a very, very interesting story. The story of Harry Truman, and very challenging for an actor to do. But the weight of what was on his shoulders, like you say, that is just gold for an actor, right? To play, because you can see the conflicts that are going on inside the character. You can examine those as a character, and then ultimately you want to overcome and get through those conflicts and succeed, in something like that. So I enjoy playing that. Lieutenant Dan, of course, had his challenges, right? He's a tough guy. He's, the kind of guy you want leading the platoon, right? I mean, he's a good leader, he wanted a military career. That's what Lieutenant Dan wanted. He wanted to be a general. I mean, he was destined to have a long military career in his mind, and then that of course gets taken away, and he struggles, quite a bit, and it's a challenging time to be a veteran during the post Vietnam. It was a difficult time, and so you recognize in Lieutenant Dan that he's going through a lot of isolation and alcohol abuse, dark stuff that he's dealing with. He walked he's dealing with a lot of post-traumatic stress and survivor's guilt, because Lieutenant Dan walks his platoon into an ambush and a bunch of people get hurt and killed. And he's trying to live with that and struggle with that. And he struggles with that until he makes peace with it, makes peace with God. He's wrestling with that, the whole time. So it's a beautiful story. And you see him going through all that. He's just struggling so much, but through this little friend, Forrest Gump, he comes out on top. He's doing okay at the end.
Your performance in not just that, but in a lot of these characters that you play, I've always found there's so much nuance to it, because outside of traditional, hey, Superman is pure good, and these bad guys, the Hans Grubers, they're pure evil, and your characters have this human quality that it's like, maybe from their perspective, they're not bad, right? And they are good, and there's just all this underlying torment and anger, and like you do it so well. It's not so on the nose, right? It's layered. And how do you find that? How do you, when it's like, all right, action, how do you show all the underneath without expressing it? I'm terrible at this, but please.
Yeah, it kind of all depends on which character you're playing. What is it? Let's take a historical figure, for example, like Harry Truman or George Wallace or something like that. Well, there you're trying to create a believable impression of a person that we have seen before, right? Mm-hmm. So that's your objective, right? To not just impersonate, but to bring your own self into somebody else's world, right? Like the challenges that Harry Truman faced in his life were significant, and they were the weight of the world at a certain point, was on his shoulders. But my responsibility as an actor is to not just impersonate Harry Truman, but let you forget that Gary Sinise is in there somewhere, and create this truthful impression of somebody that we already recognize, that we can look up, in articles, or we can hear his voice, we can see film footage of him, we can see the real guy, but we want you to forget about that and get involved in the story always. So my job there is to create this impression. And so you do your work, you learn the dialect, you go through training for different things, like with Harry Truman, he was in the in World War I in the cavalry, and he had to, with an armor unit, and he had to, learn how to ride horses and stuff like that. So I had to go do stuff like that, do the army training, whatever it was going to take, study the film footage of Harry Truman, because I'm trying to create this impression that I'm Harry Truman, right? So the challenges are there, but also, there's an excitement, there's a adventure in looking at that stuff and trying to act like Harry Truman, and trying to make people believe that that's who I am, versus like a bad guy, like did you ever see a movie called Snake Eyes with
oh yeah,
Nick Cage?
Of course, yeah.
Classic. So there I am. The challenge there is I'm playing a naval officer who thinks that he's got to take matters into his own hands to save the country. And he's misguided, right?
Mhm.
But he's committed, and he's got a reason for wanting to do what he's doing. Yet he's the bad guy of the story, and I gotta be Gary Sinise being that bad guy, but I've got to fake the audience out a little bit at the same time. So there are, I got to play the military guy there, got to have all the military stuff going. But he's also, I always talk about that character as just being misunderstood.
Mhm.
Some of the bad guys, you just say they're misunderstood.
Yeah, from their perspective, they're the
Yeah,
hero.
right.
They're saving the world. I gotta ask you because usually I'm like, oh, you're known for this amazing character. Let's say like Lieutenant Dan. Oh, did you know while you were filming that this was going to have such an impact? But obviously, I've spoken to enough actors to know that like, hey, we're just doing the best job we can at the moment and giving our best to it. So what I want to ask you instead is, do you remember post Forrest Gump when it first kind of crossed your mind that like, oh wow, this character is really resonating. This is something. This is impactful. This has legs. When did that first thought kind of cross your mind?
Well, there were different things, when I started to sense that it was a big hit, I mean, it got good reviews, and people were loving it. But I remember I took my family up to Big Bear in California on a family vacation. I don't know, maybe it was 2 or 3 weeks after Forrest Gump came out, and we were at this water park and our kids were little, and we were at a water park. There were a bunch of kids there, and the kids started recognizing me as Lieutenant Dan. And these were kids, these were like 12, 13-year-old kids. And they were all coming around. All these kids were coming around. And some of them, as I recall, had already seen the movie like 3 times. And this was only 2 or 3 weeks in. And I thought, oh my gosh, this movie's going to be giant. If these little kids are going to see the movie, they've already seen it 2 or 3 times. That's something's going to change. And shortly after that, I get a call from the Disabled American Veterans Organization. I didn't know anything about them, the DAV. I didn't know about the DAV. I hadn't discovered the DAV when I was, getting ready to play the wounded veteran in Forrest Gump. For some reason, I didn't stumble across anything about the DAV or anything, but I get a call from the DAV that they want to give me an award for playing Lieutenant Dan. And they want me to come to their national convention in Chicago. And so in August the movie came out July 6th, 94. And in August, I traveled to Chicago and was up on stage in front of 2,000 wounded veterans, going back all the way back to World War II, all the way up to the Gulf War at that point, right? And, on crutches, in wheelchairs, with their hats on and all that. And they're all applauding and cheering for me for playing a part of, they were the real Lieutenant Dans and I was the fake guy. And they were giving me, an award and a big round of applause for playing a character. And I thought, it turns out that, most of them had already seen the movie, and there were thousands in that ballroom. And I thought, wow, this is something different. Here are these real life wounded veterans, triple amputees, double amputees, banged up folks, people that are disabled by their service. And they're applauding me for playing this part. And they feel like it's worthy of an award. I was really stunned by that. In fact, the chapter in my book, Grateful American, it starts with that very first moment. Grateful American starts with me walking out on that stage in front of all those veterans. And this chapter is called Stunned, because I walked out after they introduced me, and I stood there and I looked out in this ballroom, and I saw all the, everybody who could stand up was standing up, and everybody who was in wheelchairs were clapping, or, missing an arm, and they're banging on the seat or whatever, they're trying to make some noise. And I was just really caught off guard by it. I was overcome with emotion. And I really thought, this is having an effect that I couldn't have predicted, this character in this movie. And ever since, I've remained Lieutenant Dan to so many of our veterans that saw the movie years ago. And when I started going to the hospitals and visiting the hospitals, like I did with you, Michael, I mean, many of the, it was only like you said, I came in 2005. That's only, about 10 years after Forrest Gump came out. So I would go into those hospital rooms, and people would and they wouldn't even know my name. They would just recognize my face.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan's here. Oh, okay. And they would want to talk about Lieutenant Dan. They want to talk about the story of Lieutenant Dan. And I felt like the story of Lieutenant Dan is resonating a lot with our wounded, because it's a happy ending. If you think about Lieutenant Dan and what happens to him, it's the happy ending story that we want. We want our service members to come home. If they transition out of the military, if they get hurt or whatever they're dealing with, we want them to process all of that and get through it, and press forward and move on from it, just like Lieutenant Dan was able to do. We want them to be successful in whatever they choose after the military. And Lieutenant Dan went through all that anger and, why did this happen to me? And, all that stuff, and the difficulties of, trying to drown himself in alcohol abuse, and, post-traumatic stress and survivor's guilt, all these things he's going through. But in the end, he makes peace with it, and he succeeds. He moves on in life. He's married at the end. He's a successful business guy. He's kind of processed his warriors and set them over here so that he could start looking forward and not spend all his time looking back. And that's the story that I found resonated so much with so many of our veterans coming home from war, that they wanted me to share that with them. And I thought, well, when I first started going to hospitals, and this is years ago, and I would talk about Lieutenant Dan, I just realized, well, this character is probably going to live with me in a way that these other characters aren't, simply because our veterans appreciate the story, the positive ending of the story. He's okay in the end. And that's the story that we want for everybody that goes off to war and comes home. And if I can play a role in helping them through to find that happy ending, that's what I found that I could do. And that's what I realized, hey, maybe God's just calling me to this action, to use some of the success that I've had, to use some of the, the ability to tell a story, to, use the resources that I've been able to to achieve over the years and success in my particular business, and use that to do some good for somebody else. And that, you know, once you start doing that, and once you see the impact that you can make by just showing up and, you know, telling somebody you care about them and trying to help them too, you just can't stop doing it. At least for me, I couldn't. I just had to keep going, and that's where the Gary Sinise Foundation came from.
Yeah, it's an addictive thing. And I got to say, just speaking personally as a wounded veteran, like my relationship to Lieutenant Dan changed in 2005 when I became wounded. And I can only speak for myself, but that he was this representation, this unapologetic, like, this is the cost of war. This is what we go through. It doesn't sugarcoat it. It very much, and it doesn't just excuse, go, well, he saw some shit, so, you know, he's going, like, it really, it was the first time that I saw where it was trying to explain and show the survivor's guilt, the pain, the physical pain, but more than the physical pain, this is something I've had to explain to people. My physical injuries were the least of my problems.
Yeah.
It is the emotional toll. It is the weight you carry. It is the thing you can't see on an X-ray or an MRI or a, you know, it's the stuff that you carry with you forever. My wounds have healed long ago. But the stuff, the part of the service that just, it tears you up from the inside. And it was a character that, like you said, he does have the happy ending, which gives us hope, which goes, oh, if I can just work through it, there is light, right? Because a lot of people that suffer from PTSD, one of the biggest things is you feel it's this never-ending black hole. There's no bottom to it. There's no out of it. So having a character like that go, I know it's make-believe, but just the idea, the seed of a thought that, like, I can get through it if I just process it, if I do the things I need to do, medications or therapies or talk about it or whatever, horse therapy, whatever it is you need, there's a way out of it. And so for that, for me, I thank you for your incredible portrayal of that character, and for so many others that I think it resonates with. But I just, that's just me. That's just me. Other people could have a different take.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, you said it's make-believe. Well, you know what? I talk about it like this as well. Prior to Forrest Gump and the story of Lieutenant Dan, there were several movies made about Vietnam, right? You had Platoon, you had Casualties of War, you had Apocalypse Now,
Yep.
You had The Deer Hunter, you had Coming Home, you had a movie called In Country. I mean, there were a lot of movies made about the Vietnam veteran and the Vietnam experience. And if you look at all of those, at the end of each one of those movies, you're just not sure that the guys are going to be okay. You're just wondering, gosh, you know. I mean, at the end of Coming Home, Bruce Dern takes off his uniform and goes in the ocean. He's not coming back, you know. There's a lot of pain at the end of The Deer Hunter when Chris Walken takes his life, and you know, there's a lot of pain in a lot of those movies, and you don't have a happy ending. You know, you have a questionable ending. Is he going to be okay, or is he not? Charlie Sheen on the helicopter flying away with, you know, the bomb site or the battleground below him, and you just see a lot of bodies down there, and he's just crying, and you go, that guy's going to be struggling for a long time, you know.
Yeah.
But with Lieutenant Dan, that was a story of a Vietnam veteran or any veteran who's wounded or whatever, coming home from war, that we had not seen, at least from a Vietnam veteran perspective. We had not seen the story of a guy who was able to move on and be okay. And you see him okay, you know. It wasn't like, well, I think he's going to be okay, you know. You know Lieutenant Dan's okay at the end of that movie. He's He's wealthy. He made a bunch of money in the shrimp business. He invested it in Apple at a time where Apple was just getting started. He's married. He shows up at Forrest Gump's wedding in a limousine. You know, I mean, he's okay. Lieutenant Dan's good to go, you know. And that was a story that we of many veterans that we hadn't seen. We hadn't seen the story of the Vietnam veteran who is okay at the end. We've
Right.
seen a lot of stories of the Vietnam veterans not doing well. He's living in a trailer, or he's off in the woods, or he's in a cave somewhere, or whatever it is, and he can't deal with life anymore and all that stuff. But we had not seen the story of the guy who could process himself. I often process his warriors and move on from. I often think of Fred Smith, who served in the Marine Corps, saw a lot of bad stuff. You know, he didn't lose his legs or anything like that. But Fred Smith, what did Fred Smith do? He came home from war and started FedEx. And I said to him one time, and Fred was a remarkable guy, and you know, a Marine dedicated to our troops, wanted to help. He made some donations to my foundation to help us build homes for wounded service members and some of the things that we do. And I said to Fred at one point, Fred, how the heck did you get the idea to figure out how to get all these packages all around the world in like one day, like the day after, you know, you could do it in one day. He said, well, the military is really good at moving a lot of stuff really quickly, right? On planes and trucks.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was his incentive. If I could figure out how to move people's mail and packages as quickly as the Army can move tanks on an airplane, you know, from one place to another, maybe there's something there. And he was right. You know, he revolutionized the way we move things around. And that's a happy ending story for a guy who served and saw a lot of bad stuff in Vietnam.
Yeah.
He was able to move forward in life. And that's just one successful story. So we really hadn't seen that successful story about a Vietnam veteran. And I think that's why a lot of Vietnam veterans who are either struggling and want that story, you know, relate to it, or folks like Fred that were able to move on in life, and they found their way through their post-traumatic stress and some of the things that were happening, and that never goes away. But as time goes on, just like grief, you know, when we lose somebody we love, and it's awfully painful in the beginning, as time presses on, it doesn't heal all wounds, but we learn to manage it better as time goes on.
Yeah.
And that's what we want. We want to, and if we can provide services that can help people to get to that place, and we can attack this terrible suicide epidemic that we have, and you know, give people hope that they don't have to go down those dark roads and everything, then if I can play a role in that, you know, I want to do that. I'm grateful to you and to your fellow service members for putting on the uniform and going to do something that I never did.
I pride myself in knowing a lot of like the veteran success stories. I didn't know about Fred Smith and FedEx. That's incredible. We need that movie. Let's make that happen.
Look up Fred. Look up Fred and his life story. It's really
incredible.
It's pretty incredible. Yeah.
So let's switch gears a little bit, because I really do want to talk about the Gary Sinise Foundation. I mean, obviously our paths crossed in 2005 at Walter Reed, and I know that it was in 2011 that you officially founded the Gary Sinise Foundation. What were the, you know, after spending time with veterans in all these different circles and in the hospitals, what were the needs that you saw in the veteran community that made you say, well, I just can't sit on the sidelines anymore. I got to do something about it?
Well, I began by helping a lot of other nonprofits, that were already kind of in the space. A lot of after September 11th, 2001, and the deployments to Afghanistan and then Iraq after that, and people started getting hurt, and we started losing people, and it was difficult times. Uh, a lot of nonprofits started popping up to help. And I think, I've met many people that have their own military support nonprofits that, like me, were motivated by a few different things. One was they remember what happened to our Vietnam veterans when they didn't get the support they needed, going off to war and coming home, and they, like me, wanted to do my bit to prevent that from happening again to our Iraq and Afghanistan veterans. So I wanted to start going on USO tours and go into the war zones and telling the troops, "Hey, thank you, I'm here." Just came over for a little bit just to say thanks and tell you I appreciate what you're doing. And I did that, and then I did it again, and I did it more and more and more. And the more I did it, I would discover other nonprofits that were helping in some kind of way, and I would volunteer my time to raise awareness or raise money or do some public service announcements or whatever it was to help them, to help more people. And so I found myself at a certain point, and there's a chapter in my book called Flurry of Action. And it's the chapter that kind of is leading up to the Gary Sinise Foundation chapter. And it's what I tried to include in that chapter, and it's by no means includes everything that was going on at the time, but it gives you a good sense of how active I was in supporting a lot of different efforts and concerts and hospitals, whatever it was, all these different things. It gives you a good sense of that, to the point where I was so busy with all of it that I said, well, what is the possible next step? Where do I go from here? I'm supporting 30 different nonprofits, trying to help them in different ways. More and more people, I'm finding out about more and more people that are doing good work, helping veterans, and I want to help them to do that. And then more and more people are finding out about me doing that, and they're reaching out to me to help them do it. So I was involved with 25 or 30 different nonprofits at that point. In the back of my book, there's a call to action list, and I put all those nonprofits in there, and I just listed them all. And I said, these are the things I was involved in that kind of led to my eventual decision that the next step for me was to create my own nonprofit. And I thought, and this is why I wanted to do it, because I wanted to do more of what I was doing, and I was only one guy, right? I'm only one guy, and I'm involved in efforts to support our wounded. I'm involved in entertainment. I'm involved in efforts to help the families of our fallen heroes. I'm getting involved with first responder events and trying to help our first responders out. I'm helping to raise money to build a memorials, whatever it was. It was a lot of stuff. And I thought, well, I want to do more of that. That's a big, broad mission. I can't just keep going and doing it with all these. Why don't I start my own foundation? I'll just create a bunch of different programs under my own foundation, and we'll start raising money so that I can hire people to help me do more of what I was doing for free. And so that's when I decided to create the Gary Sinise Foundation. And why did I put my name on it? Well, because I wanted people to know I was serious about it. You put your name on something, and you better back it up with action. And I had built a fairly solid reputation during that time as somebody who was very committed to this. And the military folks knew it. The first responder folks knew it, that I was trying to help all those. But also the public was aware of it. And because I was on television through all those years, every week on CSI New York. So I had this public platform, and I was doing interviews for the show, and I would always talk about going on USO tours or going to help this nonprofit, or, here's what I'm doing. I was at the hospital the other day, and, I'm building a house for this guy over here, or whatever it was. And so I developed a pretty good reputation for that. And I thought, well, let's capitalize on that. I'm going to plot my name right on the center of this thing. And we're going to use the goodwill that had happened because I had been involved in this stuff for so long at that point, 10 years or more, then, that people are going to absolutely know this is a serious effort. And I have no intention of not backing it up, not just having it be words, and me say, hey, give us money, but they're going to see me out there doing stuff all the time. And if they want to be a part of it, I want their some more support, because then I can expand the programming at the foundation. And when you expand programming, you have to hire people to do that. And so I have a full-on team now, a great team of people that, it's their full-time job to go out there and do what I'm doing as a mission, and they're part of the mission. And I think we're doing pretty well.
That's amazing. I mean, listen, having your name on it, it's no George Foreman grill, but I mean, there's I love that. I love the fact that, hey, I'm going to stand by this thing. If anything's going to be named after me, it's not going to be a building or a street. Like, it's going to be a foundation that fundamentally changes people's lives and gives them just so much, because I'm pro-military, obviously. I love what the military did for me, and they did the best they could to take care of me, but that's not really their mission. So all of these nonprofits, and you talked about it, and the Gary Sinise Foundation, and so many, are crucial to not just surviving what we go through, but then thriving post. My life is better today than it was pre-injury, because of incredible organizations like the ones you have and have worked with.
Just imagine, Michael, if there were no nonprofits in the military support space, Oh no, wait. Okay, wait.
Bring him in. He's welcome too.
Michael.
Hi.
Say hi. Hi. Okay, I gotta talk to him, okay? What is it? That's your blanket? Okay. Okay, I tell you what. Hello. I'm doing an interview.
This is great. This is awesome. I love this.
Here's my daughter. That's Ella.
Thanks for being part of this.
All right. Can you tell them to be a little quiet out there?
Yeah. Oh my God. We won't hold you too much longer. This has been, I could talk to you for hours. I think this is an incredibly important thing. But obviously I want you to spend time with your family too. So let's tie this up with the Memorial Day concert. Your foundation does, so much incredible work, right? The smart homes and mobility support and mental health, wellness programs and community outreach, yada, 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 yada. You gotta go check out the website. It's amazing. Why the PBS National Memorial Day concert? What is it about that truly connects with you, and why is it so important?
Is that okay?
Totally fine. Totally fine.
Okay. I in 2005, the year that I was at Walter Reed when you were there, I did an overseas tour to the UK, the Netherlands, and Belgium and Germany. And this was my first big band tour to that part, to Europe and the UK. And before I was going to leave to do that, I was starting to do a lot of USO, and I was doing quite a bit of that. Before I left to do that, I got a call from Joe Mantegna, my buddy, and he said he was doing this concert. And did I know about it? The National Memorial Day concert. I didn't know about it. And he said, well, we're doing he had gotten involved a couple years before, and he said, we're doing a segment on the USO, and since you're doing USO, we'd like you to come and bring your band, and we'll do a segment, and it'll feature your band, and you can narrate some content in the concert. So I flew from that tour straight to Washington, D.C. with my band, who was, we were just in our infancy. We'd started just a couple years before that. So we hadn't played any big, giant concerts or anything. But next thing I know, I'm on the stage at the National Memorial Day concert, and there's 200,000 people sitting on the lawn, and we're on television in front of another 10 million people. And it was spectacular, the amount of the power in that concert. Not the music was very powerful, but the stories that they were telling about service and sacrifice and what it takes to keep us free, and people that have given their lives in service, the spirit of what Memorial Day is all about, that I was hooked, and I loved it. And I was grateful when Joe called me shortly after that and said, come back next year and co-host it. We'll co-host it together. And that was 2000. So I started co-hosting with Joe in 2006. That's 20 years ago. And we just absolutely love it. I wish more people knew about it. Please watch the National Memorial Day concert on PBS on Sunday night, May 24th. It's a powerful, wonderful concert. We're going to tell some great stories. We're going to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the country and the founding of the country. It's 85 years since the attack on Pearl Harbor. We're going to do a Pearl Harbor segment with World War II veterans. My son Mac's music is going to be played by the National Symphony Orchestra twice. 2 pieces of his are going to be played during this one during the World War II segment, and another piece is going to be played for the segment that we're doing on the 25th anniversary of the attack of September 11th. So there will be a lot of great actors, a lot of great musicians, the National Symphony Orchestra, Joe and I. This is the 37th annual PBS telecast of our National Memorial Day concert. And I hope we double the audience on PBS that night. Please do everything you can, Michael, to get the word out. It's a great way to go into Memorial Monday.
Absolutely. We hugely support it. We've done it for the last 3 years. We're going to be sharing the broadcast on all of our social medias. We're going to have a Discord watch party where people can watch with us and as a community get together and watch it. So incredibly excited for it. We're going to close with this last question for you. As we look at this whole kind of thing, after everything you have seen through your acting career, your foundation work, your time with veterans and military families, what gives you hope right now for our future? What do you take away from that, and you hope that others take away from that as well?
Gosh, well, I'll just give one example. I have been to all the military academies, right? I've played concerts at every single academy. Air Force Academy, West Point, Annapolis, Coast Guard Academy, Merchant Marine Academy. And the young people that are at the academies right now, future military leaders, these are all people that are being trained, to become leaders in their various branches, are always so impressive. These young folks and their commitment to our country and their commitment, they're smart, and they're learning how to be good leaders, good citizens, people with character and passion and dedication and all the things you would hope that your own children would grow up to be, people with just great character, great conviction, love of country, love for their fellow man, one is service before selfless people. that when I come away from those places, I always have hope, because because I've seen some of the future leaders of our military, not only our military, but many of them, they don't have long military careers, all of them, but they do owe 4 years, coming out of the academies. And then they may love their service and want to stick with it and, make a career out of the military, or they may go into some business or something like that. But they're all highly qualified. I have my brother-in-law went to West Point. He was class of '66 at West Point. He was an impressive military leader. He unfortunately died of cancer in 1983. But one of the last things he did was rewrite the entire leadership manual for the Army. He was about 39 when he died. He wrote the leadership manual for the Army. They still teach that particular leadership manual, Field Manual 22-100. They still teach it. They still teach be, no, do at the academy. And because he had such a profound impact as a young man on the Army that still is there today, 33 years after his death, in 2016, they inducted him into the Fort Leavenworth Hall of Fame. Now that's, 33 years after he wrote, after his death, after he wrote the leadership manual, they're still teaching it, and they felt that it had a significance in shaping our future leaders to the point that he was deserving of being inducted into the Fort Leavenworth Hall of Fame. That's the quality and caliber of people that come out of the academies. I'm always very, very hopeful, when I see that. And again, I'll leave you with one other story. One time I landed on the Ronald Reagan in the Persian Gulf, and I was flying out there. There's 5,000 people on the aircraft carrier, and I'm going out there to meet them and shake hands and do my thing. They take me up to the bridge, and everybody's up on the bridge. They know Lieutenant Dan's coming up there. They're driving the boat around the Persian Gulf and everything. And I look over, and that big steering wheel?
Sure.
I look over, and the guy behind the steering wheel is a young kid. And I go up to him and I said, "Whoa, how old are you?" And he says, "19, sir." 19 years old, with the responsibility of steering the boat. This giant aircraft carrier with 5,000 people on it.
Billions of dollars of equipment.
Billions and billions of dollars. And he was on the bridge, this young guy, obviously very, very impressive as a young guy. And so impressive that they decided, we're going to give him this job today. Now, I don't know if he did that every day, but today he got that job. And it was, it really spoke to the high caliber of people that we have serving our country. And that always gives me hope. That always gives me a lot of hope. I have a lot of hope for our country. We've survived some pretty bad stuff over the years.
Yes.
This is a dangerous time. It's a difficult time. Will we survive? Yes, I think we will.
Yeah.
And I have hope for that. And the men and women who serve our country give me a lot of hope. And I'm a passionate supporter. And to all of you who are serving out there or who have served, thank you for serving our country. We can never do enough for you, as far as I'm concerned. At the Gary Sinise Foundation, we're always trying to do a little more to make sure that you know how much you're appreciated and that there's a grateful nation out there. Never forget that.
That's amazing. I mean, we can't close it any better than that. Go buy the book, the Gary Sinise book. Tune into the PBS National Memorial Day concert. It's an incredible watch. We love it every single year. I mean, I would tell people to follow you on social media. Everybody loves you. Everybody knows you. Everybody loves you. Any last thing you want to say, promote, talk about? I want to give you the last say here as we close down.
If I can, Michael, I just want to say something about my son, Mac. He was
Please.
a dedicated staff member at the Gary Sinise Foundation. He was diagnosed with a very rare cancer in 2018, and we lost him on January 5th, 2024, after a 6-year battle with this rare cancer. But he was a tremendous musician. And in the final year of his life, he created an album of music called Resurrection and Revival. And there are videos at Mac Sinise YouTube that you can see of some of the music. It's orchestral music. There's swing band tunes. There's rock tunes. He had a very versatile kind of range of what he wanted to do as a composer and a musician. And after he died, I started looking through his files, and I found all kinds of music that he wrote and tucked away. So I made another record, Resurrection and Revival Part 2. And now I found even more. So Resurrection and Revival Part 3 is in the works right now. In fact, at the National Memorial Day concert, they're going to play 2 of his pieces. I think I mentioned that. These are 2 orchestral pieces that he wrote with his buddy, Oliver Schnee. And these 3 records are available in vinyl at GarySiniseFoundation.org. Mac wanted all the proceeds from the vinyl to go to help the mission, to help our veterans at the Gary Sinise Foundation. And you can download the first 2, Resurrection and Revival Part 2 right now. And Part 3 will be downloadable at the end of July.
That's incredible. We will make sure we share the links and put it out there so that people can find it easily. I love what you do. Again, huge fan of both your work in front of the camera, behind the camera, and I think I can say this honestly, you are a better human being than you are an actor, and I think you're an incredible actor. So you are just the best. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Gary Sinise, I'm going to say goodbye to him. I'm sure this won't be the last we've heard of him. We got to bring you back again and dive even more into it anytime you want.
Thanks so much for having me, Mike.
All right. Hey everybody, we are back. God, how awesome is Gary Sinise? Oh, was I fangirling too hard? Was I man crushing too hard? I don't feel like I was. I feel like it was an adequate amount of fanboying. I had talked to him a little bit before we went and we started recording, and then a little bit after. And man, just you get the greatest sense of what an amazing person he is. I told him the story that we had first met in 2005, which is when he first started doing the visits to Walter Reed Army Medical Center. And I told him, unfortunately, I don't really remember meeting him because at the time I was on some really good stuff, on some really, really powerful, strong stuff. But I do have a picture of us together. I looked terrible. I will not share that picture because I look really, really bad. And although I don't remember our time together back then, I remember nurses and different people saying about how I gushed about him for like a week after that. I met Lieutenant Dan. Like I was just so over the moon giddy having gotten to meet him. So that was a really great memory to have, that I had met him, even though I don't remember meeting him. But then we actually crossed paths twice since then. Once it was at a is that I think it was a Gold Star family. It's like a gala. I remember. I only remember because I have a picture. I'm in a suit, and in that one, uh, no, sorry. First, we crossed paths. It was at a charity event, and like he was swarmed, so there was really no way to be like, "Hey, Gary, remember me?" Like he was swarmed with people, and so we didn't actually interact. And then once more was at this gala, and like he was literally just kind of walking past me because he was about to present an award to an organization or something like that. And I was just like, Gary, oh my God. I was like, can we just get a quick picture? I was like, and I really quickly, I was like, we met years ago with Walter Reed, and he was so nice. Like, literally, like, there's a presentation going on, and he's about to go on stage, and he was like, yeah, real quick, listen, and like, quickly took the picture with me, and we just exchanged just a few short words, but um, it meant a lot. It meant a lot that he took the time, and so for him to come on this show, it's funny because I know he made the comment. He's like, I can't believe we haven't done this sooner. Like when I started Pop Culture Warrior, and anybody will tell you, Ice, anybody on the staff will tell you, one of the first people I talked about where I was like, I want to do interviews. I want to talk to people. I want to talk to people in Hollywood who get it, who really are good. And I was like, it was Gary Sinise was the first person I talked about. Like it was like the first person I was like, this is who I want to have on. These are the kind of people I want to have on the show. These are the kind of people I want to talk to that have, yes, led an amazing life and have left a huge indelible mark on pop culture and on the entertainment industry, but also have used their platform to just do so much good. Um, so this is the culmination of like a 6-year journey to get to this point where I have Gary Sinise on the show, and I just get to show him some love and to hear his incredible story and share his incredible story. So with that, um, super 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 happy that he took the time to sit down and what a legend, man, what a legend. With that, we're gonna wind down today's show. I want to thank, obviously, Gary Sinise for being an incredible, incredible human being and for everything he does. Thank you guys for watching. Thank Mad Mike for co-hosting the first half of the show. Tune into the PBS National Memorial Day concert. It is a really, really good show. And if you want to be reminded of just the amazing stories and the amazing people and individuals and truly be just proud to be an American and to have been in the service and to done your part and be part of this huge legacy. It is such a powerful thing to watch. I will be watching from Nashville, Tennessee, as I'm gearing up to host the Grunstyle Foundation's Memorial Day celebration on Monday night. And so I'll be in Nashville. I land in Nashville Sunday afternoon. And so I'll be watching from Nashville, which is funny because it's literally down the road from me here. But I'm very, very appreciative to be able to connect with PBS on this incredible thing, as well as Grunstyle Foundation with their Memorial Day. Tune in. We'll be covering that on Monday. And yeah, this is Memorial Day weekend coming up. I know everybody loves their cookouts and their mattress discounts and all the other things that happen on Memorial Day, but take a moment to reflect. I don't even really need to tell the vets out there. Everybody, all the vets, all the military, we know. But for some of the others that might be tuning in, you know, Memorial Day is to remember those that we have lost in service to our great country, and to honor them, to think about them, and appreciate their sacrifice, and appreciate their part in what has made our country so great. So, with that, thank you to my guests, thank you to my co-host, thank you for you guys for watching, and we got lots more coming up. We have some great guests set up over the next coming weeks. We've got some really cool conventions with the Super Show convention. We're in talks with Dragon Con. We will be at San Diego Comic Con, New York Comic Con, PAX Unplugged, and a bunch of others. The next couple months are going to just be brutal, but awesome. And I love being able to share it with you. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Chats.
Let's see it.